Hello, good morning, welcome to another video, and to something that is not right. Which is odd, because normally it takes us a while to get to something that's not right, that we have to then sort out and undo and redo, etc. I came in this morning, full of energy to mix up some lime to try and finish off our utility room back here. Did a fairly typical mix: sand, quicklime, water, sand. Normally it bubbles furiously, generates a lot of heat, a lot of steam, and a lot of noise, and nothing. Well, not nothing, a little bit, but really not much at all. And so I'm not 100% sure what the problem is, but my best guess is that some of the lime that we've been storing in the room next door has started to hydrate just through some of the moisture in the air. We had a bit of rain recently, and so perhaps it is not quite as reactive and not quite as quicklimey as it should be. Let me show you something. Hi. So this is a pretty standard bag, 25 kilos. This is NHL, not what we were using, but I just wanted to show you this as a reference in terms of the shape and the size and the kind of, you know, square brick-like nature. And now take a look at this one, which is puffed up like a pillow in a cheap hotel room. And around the back,
and it's hard, it's not fluffy, like it's,
yeah, it's like, it's really firm.
It's like the contents have expanded.
Yeah, and it's actually split along the back, as some expansion has definitely taken place. This bag down here also had split down the side, and I pulled out a bit of lime from here this morning, and I think the bag on the bottom has also split. And what's really strange is that under this bag of MaxiCal, there's some kind of white and orange bags, which we've had for over a year. No, even longer than that. Like, getting on for 2 years. We've stored them in here for a long time, and they haven't expanded and haven't had any issues.
And we have these bags on a pallet, so off the floor, and on the pallet is plastic, a layer of plastic, and that's going up the wall as well. So the moisture can't be coming from the floor or the walls into those bags. And all these other bags are stored in exactly the same way. In fact, these ones don't even have a layer of plastic against the wall.
I mean, they're completely different products, right? So the quicklime is designed to react with water and turn into a different material.
This is also how we were storing the other Calviva brand.
Yeah, that's
true. That were in here for, like, again, periods of months.
Yeah, a long time.
Exactly the same storage conditions. Nothing has changed in here. So it's very bizarre. So either it's exposure to moisture, air and moisture, or that something has happened to create this reaction. So it's obviously exposed to something. It could also be quite old. So there is an aging thing with quicklime, and the builder's merchant where we bought this, I don't imagine they sell that much because it's not that common to be used in building work. This
was also the end of the pallet, like the last 5 bags on the pallet.
So, but they could have been sitting there as well for a long time. So yeah, something is not quite right with this, and obviously the reaction is not right. So we're going to come up with another plan of getting some other lime today, and we won't throw this away. We will come up with a solution. I'm thinking maybe we can try slaking this and see if we can get, because it's just water with the quicklime, see if we can get enough of a reaction to slake it into a putty, because we have a couple of other barrels of slaked lime.
Or we could just use it as whitewash.
Use it as whitewash, so we won't get rid of it. The mix that's in there we also won't get rid of. We'll just slowly mix it into whatever the next lime batch is that we do.
But first we need to clear out the barrel so that we can use it again.
Yeah.
Let's try again.
Better?
That sounds better. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Ooh, yeah, that looks a bit different, doesn't it? That's more like it. So that was the first batch that didn't work. That's much, much, much stickier. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, now we've got some lime, we can get to work. Well, it is done for today, for this phase, which is, somewhat depressingly, the first of many phases for this room, and then the next room, and the next room, and the next room. So we're going to be doing this for a while. We will keep you updated on how things are going, but in terms of what happened today, I think there is, well, something that we have learned for sure, which is that not all lime is created equal. Certainly between the different brands, there's a difference in how it reacts, in how it absorbs water, in the different kind of density or weight or I don't know what of the powder. And I guess it's like any kind of trade or skill. It takes a while to get used to and to get familiar with the ins and outs and how it all works. And I guess that's what keeps it interesting. So I'm quite pleased that we've got it all done. I think in total it was about 5 days, not full days, and certainly not one after the other because it's quite exhausting. But yeah, progress. This one's not done.
No. Thankfully that's the worst room in terms of the big holes.
Yes.
And the only reason that those big holes were there is because we chipped off all the concrete cement render. And so you can see on this wall we still have some that we need to come and take out, and that's what made the big holes in there, is chipping that out. Then all of these smaller bits also come out with it. So before we can start on this room, we need to take off. There's a few bits and pieces of cement render left. But yeah, it's time consuming, exhausting, holding a couple of kilos up in your arm and then doing this.
It's like one of your dances that you're doing again.
I'm not dancing. Or even I'm not dancing. Yeah, I'm glad that room is done. Because we're going to use a different kind of plaster for the next couple of coats, it should be, cross fingers, a little bit easier.
Yeah, and that different kind of plaster is something we're going to talk a little bit about in our next video as part of the Ask series. We've had a question about insulation, and so that's what we're going to cover in the next one. And I'm sure we'll have all sorts of interesting things to say on that topic. But I think that's a good place to leave it for now. The light is going, and I'm tired and in need of some liquid refreshment. So we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.